I'm just gonna say it. RDR2 is the best game I've ever played, and I'll die on that hill. I think, for me, it's one of the best games that I've ever played, and I absolutely love this game. Uh, and that's for many reasons, to be honest. But, to get into it, I'd have to say the first reason why, this is the best game that I've ever played is because of many reasons, and all those reasons are my opinion as to why this game is the best game I've ever played. So, this is the Unfiltered Game Talk, no hype, just opinions, and yeah, this is me defending RDR2 in 2026 because of people on TikTok, to be honest, that led me here to make this video. But yeah, so first of all, I have to say why it's the best game for me personally. Now, it's the best game for me personally because of Arthur Morgan. This was the first game where I actually cried as a man. This game made me cry when Arthur died. Now, alright, I don't want anyone saying that I'm a pussy because I cried, because I know that a lot of you guys did. Alright? Don't admit it. Alright? Admit it. Because I am. And yeah, this game is one of the best games I've ever played. I love it. Arthur Morgan is the best protagonist, in my humble opinion, shall I say. I just think the whole redemption arc of Arthur is just something that's amazing. You know how he's this badass guy. He's a he's very nonchalant, as you could say. He doesn't really care much about his his actions. He doesn't care about other people other than his gang members, and he just does what he wants, and that, whether you like it or not, makes him a badass, right? I mean, the fact that, when he goes to Thomas Downs and he just tells him, sell your wife, I mean, that's so crazy. But yeah, but then when you see him at the end, he's literally, this changed person that he's trying to give, he's giving money and he's helping people. I think that's, that redemption after his realization is the best part of this game, and his brotherhood with John. I mean, if you guys told me that they were real brothers, I'd believe you. That's how much an impact it's had, and this was the first game that made me emotional, made me cry. And I will say it connected to me in the sense that it made me want to be better. I mean, not many games have that effect where the protagonist, when you see him and you're like, shit, I want to be like him. At the end, when I finished, I was like, shit, like, I want to be a better man. And this game excels in giving you that message. I think it did to me anyways. Now let's talk about some of the issues and why some people, when you go on TikTok and there's a video that says, what is, give me your unpopular opinion, and then you click on the comments and then there's going to be a guy that says RDR2 is overrated, and then that comment will have like, what, 2,000 likes, something like that, maybe. Yeah, that pisses me off. But you know what, just because it pisses me off doesn't mean that I hate you for it, because at the end of the day, I get it, it's their opinion, but I want to talk about why they feel like that and where their frustrations come from. So most of the time, the three major problems for them is three major problems is the slow pacing, the second problem is the combat, and the third problem is that people don't like the realisticness of this game. Now, yeah, the game is slow, which is apparently illegal if your attention span is cooked by TikTok, which is actually crazy. I get that some people need constant stimulation, and this game obviously doesn't have the same effect as you would, have COD, but I mean, that's a bit of a brain rot, isn't it? But yeah, I mean, listen, I get it, I agree. The pacing is slow at the start, the combat is weighty, and the game is very realistic. But what I find interesting is that this is one of the reasons, but these are all the reasons why I love this game. The same people that dislike it for the three reasons is exactly why I love this game, for those two reasons. And the story is slow, at the start, but I think it does a great job of introducing you to all the gang members and all the relationships. I mean, that shot when you see when you first meet Micah and he just comes out of the dark, I think that's a bit of foreshadowing. I'd like to think that. Maybe I'm just, thinking myself too smart. But no, that shot is amazing, and I think the game sets you up for what it really is, I mean, the snow map is huge, the snow area is huge, and yes, granted, it's linear, but I think it does a great job of showing you, rather than telling you that, this is going to be a massive open world experience. And it does a great job of introducing you to the characters, to the gang members. So I think the slow pace was needed at the start to sort of hook me in and to actually make me care about this whole gang of, the Dutch Randolin gang. The combat, personally, I wouldn't say the combat is anything unique, and it doesn't have to be. Listen, I get it that some people prefer, fast, flashy combat and, more like cyberpunk-like combat, where you've got these, fast shooting guns and all these different types. I get it, I'd have a talk on cyberpunk, but again, this is a video for Red Dead Redemption 2 and why it's still untouchable. But the combat of this game, I personally like it. Does it do anything new? No, it doesn't. But is it good? For me, yes. I mean, if I'm playing as an 1899 cowboy gunslinger, I'd want to know what it actually would feel like, right? Because that's the whole reason you'd want to relate to him. You'd want to relate to it on a different level. So that's why I think the combat is perfectly fine. And the people that say this is a real life simulator, I've got no problem with the realisticness of this game. I think the fact that it's so realistic, it's probably why it's so best. The game, this is one of those rare open world games where when you log in, I'm absolutely fine with just exploring, with just camping, with just doing nature activities, and I love it. I really do, because the world that they've created is so big and it's so amazing, and all the side quests are actually meaningful. And there's just so much stuff to do here, which is why I've played this game a lot, by the way. I've got like 120 hours into this game, so I know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I get that some people call this game overrated. Maybe they have open world fatigue. Maybe, they just have a short attention span. And I get why some players bounce off it, because they can't get hooked in the beginning. Some people need, to be hooked. And for them, I get it, it's a reason for them to not like it, but for me, it is not a reason. I think it's all those reasons that I absolutely love this game. I think Rockstar pulled the open world amazingly, the expectations, this game exceeded everyone's expectations, majority, should I say. But, yeah, just to sort of end this off here, I get why some people don't like Red Dead Redemption 2. Is it perfect? No, but for me, it's the best game. For me, it's the best game I've ever played, and I will. This game is still untouchable. Nothing like this has ever been created, or like I'm craving the Red Dead Redemption. Whenever I see these new games that come out, the open world, I am craving the same action, the same NPC, the same world. I'm craving the Red Dead Redemption 2 experience, and I don't get it, and this is why it's untouchable. And listen, I'm gonna die defending this game. I will die on the hill. It's the best game I've ever played, and I absolutely love this game. So yeah, that's it.